So we're delighted to welcome Autism Bedfordshire to Kenilworth Road today as the Supporters Charity of the Year. And we're now talking to Lainey Miller, who's the Chairman of the Board of Trustees at Autism Bedfordshire. Can you tell us a little bit about the services offered by the charity and why it's such an important cause?
Autism Bedfordshire is a county-wide charity that provides services for children and adults on the autistic spectrum. We run LOAF, which is loads of autistic fun, across the county, 4 of those every other Saturday. We run youth groups with different ages and different abilities. We run adult services. We run 2 major summer schemes, one in Luton and one in Bedford, all catering for the autistic child, and the adult services catering for the adult people of autism.
And how did you come to be involved in the charity?
I have a 20-year-old son who is called Tony, and he's severely autistic with severe learning disabilities, ADHD, OCD and challenging behaviour. And I got Tony diagnosed really early and became involved with the charity, and I've been there for 18 years now.
Fantastic. So there's a group of people with autism coming to the stadium today, and they'll be watching the game from the box over there, box 28. Football grounds are incredibly exciting places on match days, but what challenges does that pose for people with autism?
With autism, that would challenge the volume of people, would make their anxieties levels rise, and the volume of noise could be acute to their hearing, and they would panic with that, whereas your average person would cope with that, because football grounds are noisy, but that really does overload their sensory perception, and it's quite overwhelming for them.
So having the opportunity to bring the group of people here and taking up the box, that gives them a little bit of protection from the noise. And how will that benefit them?
That will benefit them because they'll be in a nice, quiet, enclosed area. The noise will be blocked out, so they'll be able to sit down without all the hustle and the bustle of the general public around them, and be able to watch the game and enjoy it.
And lots of Hatters fans among them, I'm sure?
Oh yes, Luton Town, we're going to win today.
Any predictions for the score?
I'm going to say 3-1 to Luton.
You've been the Supporters Charity of the Year since the beginning of the season. What does it mean to your charity to have been selected?
Oh, it's absolutely fantastic. They put out for the vote, and we got over 1,200 votes for Autism Bedfordshire. It raises our profile as a charity, but it also raises awareness of autism and what it's like to live with autism, so people get a better understanding of what autism is all about.
And just summarise, I mean, how does that sort of manifest itself with the people with autism? What are the kind of key things that cause problems for them?
Well, the first thing that would cause problems is with communication. So some people with autism don't talk, some talk very little, like my son, his communication is very, very limited, and some are very, very articulate, so their communication skills are not quite as best as some other people's. Their socialisation skills, obviously they can be seen to be quite aloof, they can seem to be different and quirky, so it's their socialisation, their communication and their imagination skills, because some children with autism cannot think an hour ahead or 5 minutes ahead. They don't know what's expected of them, and of course that makes their anxieties rise, and that then causes them to have a bit of a crisis.
And sometimes, as it's a less visible disability, that can also cause problems for them, can't it?
Yeah, absolutely, because there is no physical features to autism. It's not like a physical disability, it's a neurological disability. You're born with it, you die with it. You can't get rid of it, but we can put strategies into place to support that person with autism, and that's what Autism Bedfordshire do, is give them strategies, give them places to go out where people understand their condition and support them best.
And for people that maybe are less aware of the issues around autism, for them to understand how to be perhaps a little bit more patient, or that's also another piece of important awareness work.
Awareness and acceptance, I think, is the word that I would use as a parent. It's acceptance. You know, we have autism. You know, there's 1 child in every 100. They reckon 1 in every 66 now. The figures are becoming lower and lower. So somewhere in this ground, someone will have a connection to autism. It will be in their family somewhere.
Obviously, as the Supporters Charity of the Year, there may be many supporters that would like to get involved in Autism Bedfordshire. How can they get involved?
They can go onto our webpage, which is autismbedfordshire.net, or phone our local office in Bedford, which is 01234 350 704, and contact. We're always looking for volunteers, and it's very rewarding work to work with children and to support adults out in the community as well.
And you've got a fundraising team here today,
yes,
with buckets and what have you, so presumably You're hoping for some generous supporters in the ground today.
Yes, yeah, and it's Christmas, so please, be generous and give us, because we do rely on fundraising to keep the services going. If we take away any of the services because we can't get the money, it has a huge impact on the families and the children and the adults. So if we can keep the fundraising going, keep the money coming in, we can keep going. We're 25 years old this year, and we want to keep going. We want to keep supporting people.
And just finally, have you got a message for the supporters?
Well, come on Luton Town, give us a good game here and let us win. And for Luton Town supporters, give us the best. Support your local Luton charity and support your people with autism. Thank you.
Lainey, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much. Cheers.